Pleasant morning to one and all present here. Today we are going to see excretory system. What is meant by excretion? We obtain nutrients from a variety of food sources, and that food materials are digested, processed by our body, and then it will form a excretory product. Excretion is the process of excreting waste material from the body. It is the fundamental way to maintain the body in a form of homeostasis. Excretory system also removes the toxic byproducts, and it helps to prevent the damage of the body. Apart from kidney, many excretory organs are also involved for the excretion of waste material. They are lungs, liver, skin, kidney. They are also some of the examples of the excretory system. This is the structure of our human human body internal organs, and here we can see the kidney, a pair of kidney. It is a bean shaped structure. It is the primary organ of excretion, and it is situated on both sides of the backbone. Kidney is connected with the nerves, arteries, ureter, etc. The foremost role of the kidney is to expel the excess amount of water and waste from the bloodstream through the production of urine. Here we could see the ureter. These are the tubes that connect each kidney of the bladder. Urine is transported from kidney to bladder by this slender muscular tube by the peristaltic contraction. Ureter prevents the backflow of urine into the kidney through the use of utrovesicular valve. This is the urinary bladder. It is a muscular sac-like structure. Here, urine is stored till the micturion. The bladder receives urine from the ureter from each kidney. And then this is the urethra. It emerges from the urinary bladder. Its role is to discharge the urine by the micturion. It serves as a common channel for urine and sperm in male. Sphincter muscle protect the opening of the urethra. As I already told you, other than kidney, we have some extra excretory organs are also present in our body. They are skin, lungs, liver, large intestine, and all. How skin acts as the excretory organ? The main function of skin is protect the different body organ, and it is also a contribute to expel the waste from the body in the form of sweat. The sweat is secreted by the sweat gland. And lungs, They are the primary respiratory organ, with some excretory function are also due by the lungs. They are responsible for the excretion of gaseous waste, mainly carbon dioxide from the cellular respiration through the cells from the body. And then liver, it has a crucial role in excreting the waste from the body. It breaks the many substances in the body like toxins, and also it excretes the bilirubin, a waste product of hemoglobin, by the process of catabolism in bile. And large intestine, this is the main excretory function. It helps to eliminate the solid waste that remains once the food is broken down and water is drawn from the indigestible matter. Next, excretory products of animals. What are the excretory products produced by the animals? We can mainly classify it into three excretory products: ammonia, urea, and uric acid. Ammonia, the first metabolic waste produced protein metabolism, is the amino acid. Animals manage amino acids by reducing them to the keto group. They produce ATP and are involved in the catabolism. Ammonia is released from the body of aquatic species in the form of aminotelic. Ammonia is thought to be the most harmful excretory product. Next, urea. Urea is the least hazardous type of metabolic waste since it is soluble in water, less soluble in water, only remains in the body for a short period of time. Terrestrial animals emit urea from their bodies, which is referred as ureotelic excretion. Next is uric acid. It is insoluble in water and has non-toxic crystals. It is tend to stay in the body for a longer period of time. The next one is the urine. It is the significant excretory product that contain 95% of water as well as other elements such as uric acid, urea, salt, chloride, organic and inorganic components. The urine has the acidic nature of pH 6, and the dissociation of hemoglobin results in the form of urochrome, which cause the urine to be pale yellow in color. So, the main excretory product generated by the human is urea. Next is human excretory system, that is the kidney of man. In human, as I told you, the excretory system consists of pair of kidney, pair of ureter, urinary bladder, urethra, and it is reddish brown in color, bean-shaped structure. It is situated between the level of last thoracic and third lumbar vertebrae, close to the dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. These are and all we know very well. And each kidney of adult human measures 10 to 12 centimeter in length and 5 to 7 centimeter in width, 2 to 3 centimeter in thickness, with an average weight of 122 to 170 grams. The center of the inner concave surface of kidney is notch-like structure that is called as the hilum, through which ureter, blood vessels, nerves can enter. Inner of the hilum is broad funnel-shaped space called the renal pelvis with the projection called callus. The outer layer of kidney is a tough capsule. Inside the kidney, there are two zones, outer cortex and inner medulla. We could easily understood by this diagram. The medulla is divided into a few conical mass-like structure that is called as the medullary pyramid. It projects into the callus. The cortex extends in between the human urinary system. And each kidney has nearly 1 million complex tubular-like structure. They are called as the nephrons, which is the functional unit of kidney. Each nephron has two parts, the glomerular part and the renal part. Glomerular part is the tuft of capillaries formed by the afferent arteriole. A fine branch of renal artery also present. Blood from the glomerulus is carried out by an efferent arteriole. Renal tubule begins with the double-walled cup-like structure. They are called as the Bowman capsule, which encloses the glomerulus. Glomerulus, along with the Bowman capsule, is called as the Malpighian tube, Malpighian body or renal capsule. The tubule continues further to form a highly coiled network-like structure. They are called as the proximal convoluted tubule. They are called as the proximal convoluted tubule. A hairpin-shaped Henle's loop is also the next part of tubule, which has descending and ascending limb. The ascending limb continues as another highly tubular-like structure. They are called as the distal convoluted tubule. The distal convoluted tubule of many nephrons opens into the straight tube called as the collecting duct. Many of the collecting duct converge and opens into the renal pelvis through medullary pyramid in the calyces. Malpighian corpuscles, proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule of the nephron are situated in the cortical region of the kidney, whereas the loop of Henle's forms in the medulla. In the majority of the nephrons, the loop of the Henle's is too short and extend only very little into the medulla. Such nephrons are called as the cortical nephrons. Some of the nephrons, the loop of Henle is very long and turns deep into the medulla. These nephrons are called as the juxtamedullary nephrons. The efferent arteriole emerges out from the glomerulus and it forms a fine capillary network around the renal tubule, and it is called as the peritubular capillaries. A minute vessel of this network run parallel to the Henle's loop forms a U-shaped structure. Next, we are going to see the process of urine formation. Formation of urine. The process of urine formation occurs in the nephrons. The process of urine formation occurs through the following steps. First one is the glomerular filtration. It is the first step in the urine formation and occurs when the blood enters the glomerulus. The capillaries of the glomerulus resist the flow of the blood and blood pressure. It sets up. Due to this glomerular blood pressure, water and dissolved salt, glucose, drugs, urea, uric acids move from the glomerulus to the inside of the Bowman capsule. The process by which the fluid is separated from the blood in the glomerulus is called as the glomerular filtration, and it is filtered a substance called as the glomerular filtrate. The glomerular filtration process, large molecules, blood vessels, platelets are unable to pass through the capillaries of the wall. The next step is tubular reabsorption. Reabsorption of water and nutrients such as glucose, amino acids, some salt like sodium chloride, or and other uh, useful materials to the body occurs from the proximal tubule into the blood, and it is selectively reabsorbed because the excess salt, urea, and uric acid not absorbed. Water is reabsorbed along with the whole length of the nephron, especially in the lobe of the Henle. Next is the tubular secretion. The third process by which the kidneys can clean is called as the tubular secretion. Clean the blood. It is nothing but the regulating its composition and volume of the blood is called as the clean blood. It is called as the tubular secretion, and it is involved in the process of adding tubular fluid. This removes the excess quantities of certain dissolved substances from the body and also maintains the blood in a normal healthy pH. Next, we are going to see about some of the hormones are also involved in the uh, regulation of urine system. That means excretory system. Hormonal regulation of the excretory system. To maintain a proper water body, it is important to avoid dehydration or overhydration. The water concentration of the body is monitored by osmoreceptors, which is present in the hypothalamus, which detect the concentration of electrolytes in the extracellular fluid. The concentration of electrolytes in the blood rises when there is a water loss caused by the excessive perspiration, inadequate water intake, or low blood volume due to blood loss. An increase in blood electrolyte level results in a neural signal being sent from the osmoreceptors in the hypothalamic nuclei. Pituitary gland has two components, anterior and posterior. The anterior pituitary is composed of glandular cells and it secretes the protein hormone. The posterior pituitary is an extension of hypothalamus. It is composed of largely of neurons that continues with the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus produces a polypeptide hormone known as antidiuretic hormone, which is transported and released from the posterior pituitary gland. The principal action of antidiuretic hormone is to regulate the amount of water excreted by the kidney. Antidiuretic hormone we can also known as the or we can call it as the vasopressin, which causes the direct water reabsorption from the kidney tubules. The hypothalamus controls the mechanism of adrenocorticotropic hormone secretion and antidiuretic hormone secretion, either by regulating blood volume or by concentration of water in the blood. Dehydration or physiological stress can also increases by the osmolality and. Antidiuretic hormone travels in the bloodstream of the kidney. Once at the kidney, antidiuretic hormone changes the kidney to become more permeable to water by temporarily inserting water channels into the kidney tubules. Water moves out of the kidney tubule through the aquaporin, which reduces the urine volume. The water is reabsorbed into the capillaries and it lowers the blood osmolarity and back towards the normal position. As blood osmolarity decreases, a negative feedback mechanism reduces osmoreceptor activity in the hypothalamus and antidiuretic hormone secretion is reduced, antidiuretic hormone released and can produce certain substances including alcohol, which can cause increased urine production and dehydration. Chronic underproduction of antidiuretic hormone or a mutation in the antidiuretic hormone receptor results diabetes insipidus. If the posterior pituitary does not release enough amount of antidiuretic hormone, water cannot be retained by the kidney and it lost as a urine. This causes increased thirst, but water taken in is lost again and must continuously consumed. If the continuous if it continued, dehydration may occur. If the condition is not severe, dehydration may not occur. But in severe cases, we can lead to electrolyte imbalances due to the dehydration. Another hormone is responsible for maintaining electrolyte concentration in the extracellular fluid is aldosterone, a steroid hormone that is produced by adrenal cortex in contrast to ad- adrenotrophic hormone, antidiuretic hormone, which promote the reabsorption of water to maintain proper water balance. Aldosterone maintain proper water balance by enhancing sodium reabsorption and potassium secretion from the extracellular fluid of the cells in the kidney tubule. And adrenal gland affect the concentration of minerals, sodium and potassium. Aldosterone is also referred as the mineralocorticoid, a corticosteroid that affects the iron and water balance. Aldosterone are released stimulated by the decrease in blood sodium level, blood volume, or blood pressure, or increase in the blood potassium level. It also prevents the loss of sodium from the sweat, saliva, and gastric juice. The reabsorption of sodium also results in the osmotic reabsorption of water, which alter the blood volume and blood pressure. Aldosterone production can be stimulated by a low blood pressure, which trigger a sequences of chemical releases. When blood pressure drops and renin sorry, drops, aldosterone activate cells in the juxtaglomerular apparatus, which regulate the functions of nephrons of the kidney. And when which is the conversion into the in antagonism function as hormone, then it causes the release of hormone aldosterone by the adrenal cortex, resulting in increased sodium reabsorption, water retention, and increase in the blood pressure. Antagonism, too, in addition to being a potent vasoconstrictor as a cause of increasing antidiuretic hormone and increased thrust, both which helps to raise the blood pressure. Here I give the exercise. We could find the answers easily if you are listen my video carefully. Thank you.